Rain on leaves. That's the sound. I feel like I have to open up with that all the time, otherwise people think it's bacon sizzling in a frying pan. As always, there's going to be a link down below in the description box to credit WWE for piecing this article together beautifully for me, for the most part. Sometimes they get superstars mixed up, they omit women's matches completely. It's bizarre, but it happens. So let's get into this. I'm kind of afraid I'm not going to have much to say. And then I end up rambling for nearly 15 or 20 minutes anyways. I really enjoyed this, the whole Grayson Waller, Austin Theory thing. Man, can they ever wrestle. And Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar as well. I'm always in awe. I had something in my eye there. Always in awe of Rey Mysterio, especially at his age, no offense, like 50 years old practically, operating at the level that he's on. With Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, their moves, especially Austin Theory's selling of his opponent's moves, are just so good. And they're like perfectly executed, in my opinion. The timing is right. Sometimes you get that thing, and it happens with Solo Sikoa sometimes, where, to use for an example, AJ Styles, but we'll get into that in a minute. Just when anybody throws somebody over, and they're like, oh no, he's coming at me, and they pull the rope down, and then the opponent is like, oh no, I was running too fast, I couldn't catch myself, and I went over the ropes. Half the time, most people don't time that right. They don't pull the rope at the last second. They do it like way earlier, and somehow the opponent is like, I must keep going. You don't see that with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. And it was absolutely dynamite, I have to admit, with Grayson Waller, who I've been very critical of on the microphone with his Grayson Waller Effect show. I'm going to say it, and it's going to sound rude. This is just my opinion. But if he can get on the mic, and he's getting there, if he can do just as good on the mic as he does in the ring, wow. Just wow. That whole somersault from the outside, inside of the ring, through the middle rope or whatever, into a fluid stunner, that literally stunned me all the way over here in Canada, because that was just like, it was just great. I like to keep going on about certain matches, that way when I have nothing left to say about the other matches, my videos are at least longer than 2 minutes. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeat the LWO. This was a really short match, but it was really, really good. I really enjoyed... I'm not gonna lie. Cruz del Toro. I'd forgotten his name. Some of the moves that he was pulling off, just the team in general, I was like, wow, I don't remember seeing them being able to do that. Again, it ended quickly, but in this case, I was okay with that, because I'm usually not a fan of squash matches whatsoever. I just don't like them. I'm still not over the Honky Tonk Man getting mauled in like under 30 seconds or whatever it was at SummerSlam 88 against the Ultimate Warrior. It's like you have the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship of all time, and you're eliminated in a blink of an eye, or in my case, 5 blinks, because, you know, exactly. Anyhow, this is great. I love seeing Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I don't know their future, the direction of where this is going to go. It seems like we're getting some new tag teams coming in. Do you remember Paul Ellering with the AP... the APA? No. That was Bradshaw. Oh my God. What the hell was the team called? Paul Ellering. Obviously, he was with the Legion of Doom. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about Razar. AOP. Jesus. You remember these guys, the AOP? I'm allowed to do this. Because there's rumors that they're around. That they've been under contract for like a year. These guys. I actually like these guys. They were typical big dudes, but they worked, Akam and Razar. And it was just like, I don't know what happened to them. I never really looked into them. But yeah, I enjoyed them, and I hope that they come back. Because we need a fresh tag team. Not a fresh tag team, sorry. We need more tag teams to freshen up the tag team division. I want Kevin and Sammy to lose the blue tag team belts. Keep the Raw ones for maybe a little bit longer. I want each brand to have their own tag team championship. If we're not going to have it that way, then get rid of one of the belts. Don't be like Roman Reigns and just start accumulating them all. Even though it seems like now Paul Heyman has let go of the 2 titles and Roman Reigns just comes out with 1 belt, as it should be. So that's my thoughts on that. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Again, so far, very beginning, the E in WWE. This was nice. This was actually a decent match. I've always liked Shotzi. Like I said, I don't know much about her. Well, she had been gone for a bit, and then before that, like I said, it's only been in recent history in the last few months, that I've really, really been paying attention to every second of every match so that I can do these quick recaps. Before, like I said, I used to just fast forward through a lot of the matches and just watch the promos, keep up with who's got the belt, and yeah, that's pretty much it, right? But yeah, I enjoyed this. There was definitely some really cool moves there. That one with Shotzi where she did a reverse cannonball, right? Kind of like the Kevin Owens cannonball, the KO ball, right? Shotzi did like a reverse one. I don't know. I like that. I was like, oh, wow. Pretty neat. Seems like she was howling like a wolf there. A little bit of a different persona. The kind of the crazy Joker thing going on. I don't know if that's going to be permanent, like for her character. But yeah, this was fine. Is this the one where Charlotte came out? I believe so. Yes, she did. Charlotte came out. I think it even says this here. Yeah, and then she raised her arm and all that. That was kind of cool to see. No, there's a lot more to this. We're not over already. There's no way we're over already. This was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. And it brings me to what I was saying earlier. I really like Solo, but there's a lot of times where... And it's not his fault. It's the person wrestling him. And it always seems to be when it has to do with Solo, that whole pull the rope down thing, like I said. And you've got more than enough feet to stop, but you still go over, and it doesn't look believable. Whatever. Just a minor nitpicking thing. But yeah. Then the wise man comes out, and then we've got this one here. Oh, that's right. I knew I was missing something important. Oh my God. This is why I need to start taking notes, or after each segment that happens, I need to start immediately right after that segment, record, and then pause my recording, and then resume it for the next segment, share my thoughts. Otherwise, I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head, and I'm trying to rely on WWE's webpage to remind me of everything. So at the end, Jimmy Uso came out and helped Solo, but then Solo shoved him because then there was that backstage thing, right? Because again, if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you watched the show. Do not come to me for just a highlight recap and not having watched the show yourself. You cannot do that at all. It was just weird because at the beginning, John Cena came back. By the way, he's going to be around for like a good couple of months. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that, as I try to get rid of whatever is in my eye. And it was weird because rarely do you see someone kind of playing both sides. I'm not a heel, I'm not a face, putting down Roman Reigns and the whole bloodline thing, but then also putting down John Cena. I don't know if he's going to get tangled up into the bloodline stuff. But at the end, oh, there was also that backstage altercation with Solo, right? And Jimmy, just a whole back and forth thing. Like, I'm so confused. Before I wasn't confused. We knew what was going to happen with the bloodline. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. Now I don't know when the next thing's going to happen and what exactly is going to happen. I really don't know. And then with the whole Jey Uso thing, quitting, I don't think it's a real quit. It's a work, I believe. Most people believe that as well. I just don't know where they're going. And I have to admit, I kind of like that. I like the element of who knows where this is going. Bobby Lashley came out with the Street Profits. They kind of just talked for a quick couple of minutes. They're ready to take over WWE SmackDown, tag team division or whatever. He didn't use the word hurt business because, again, I don't know where MVP is, where Omos is, if they're all going to get together because they were together before. I'm just not sure. But what was really interesting about this is Bobby, coming out and he's all like, you sure know how to make a guy feel loved, talking to the crowd, shaking their hand on his way to the ring. The Street Profits did the same thing. They're acting heel in the ring, but they're getting a face reaction and they're interacting with the fans. And I've said this before, the only other person that does that who is he officially a heel? Logan Paul. Man, does that guy get booed, but he's always going out of his way to shake hands, high-five fans in the crowd that are chanting his name, that like him. And I kind of like that. I don't like this whole just because you're heel, you can't look at the crowd and give him a high five. I mean, LA Knight now is undeniably a pretty big face now, and he doesn't interact with the fans at all. He's not giving anybody any high fives whatsoever. So yeah. So again, I'm going through these segments here because clearly you can't just go by the main page on the left there. These have some very important highlights, like the promo exchange between LA Knight and The Miz, which I thought was really, really good because The Miz does better on the mic than he does in the ring. I'm allowed to say that, but obviously I love The Miz to death and LA Knight. Obviously it's all scripted, but yeah, Miz is, like I said before, 1 win out of 33 losses. But he's doing that to put talent over, and he's still a workhorse, and he's amazing. But yes, I still like to take little jabs at him, for the fun of it. But LA Knight, I find, does really well at holding his own. I don't want to see him, LA Knight, in a feud with John Cena because they're both like faces or whatever. But I would love to still see them go at it on the mic because I never get bored of seeing John Cena on the mic or The Miz. Like I said, they're just so good. And I think LA Knight, like in recent history, like I'm not talking like someone that's been around 10, 15, 20 years. I think maybe he's one of the better sort of up and coming in the last few years on the mic. Like just really, really good on the mic. And he's also good in the ring, which kind of helps. So yeah, at that end, like I said, with the whole Jimmy, does he want back in the bloodline? I don't know what's going on. I am so confused. Yeah, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wild. Joaquin Wild, I think is how you pronounce it. Pronunciate their names. Really, really good. I just hope we see more tag teams. And I'm telling you, there has to be something someday. Maybe, I don't know, where Santos Escobar turns on Rey. Maybe not. Maybe that's what we're always expecting. The jealousy's eventually going to turn on him. Maybe he doesn't. Look at Randy Orton. A lot of people were expecting him to turn on, YOLO Surfer Bro. Matt Riddle. Old age is kicking in. And he never did. So, you don't know. Then again, he got injured. Maybe they were going to lead to that. But I like when there's still some unpredictability and some uncertainty within the world of professional wrestling just as a whole, regardless of what the promotion is. So you can let me know down below, if you made it this far into the video, just what you thought of the show. Hell, you can even comment about AEW, their All-In pay-per-view, the CM Punk drama with him and Samoa Joe and Jungle Boy. I forget what his older name that is now his newer name. I don't think he goes by Jungle Boy anymore. Like I said, I love professional wrestling, period. I don't give a shit what the promotion is. I take the good out of everything, and I just enjoy it for what it is. Plain and simple. Oh, they beat them in this. I don't give a shit. It was like the Monday Night Wars. Yeah, between WCW and Monday Night, I didn't care who was winning. I was watching both shows. I had one recorded. I'd watch one live while the other one was playing, because I think they were at the same time, from what I remember. And I would just go ahead and watch the other show back to back right after. I just equally liked them, but maybe for slightly different reasons, right? So yeah, there it is. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. If I missed something, I hope I didn't, let me know. But I'm scanning through here, and I don't think I missed anything. No, I think I'm good. That's a good thing. Anyhow, if you didn't like the video, that's fine. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half. We'll twist it. But this time, we'll break off Jimmy's finger off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, obviously, that'd be great now, wouldn't it? But if not, I get it. There's a lot of other well-established, good wrestling YouTubers out there. What am I bringing to the table that's any different? Right? So I get it. And if you don't, like I said, that's cool. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. I'm off to play some Baldur's Gate on PS5, and then some Starfield on Xbox. But don't worry, I'm not going to forget about 2K23 and AEW and all that stuff. I might come in later, sometime today after I upload this, do a little bit of gameplay, try to keep the channel alive and growing a little bit, and see what comes of it, see if I could be worth more than 35 bucks a month, so I could start making that paycheck. That gravy on the potatoes, they're drying up, because you need to make $100 a month minimum on YouTube to actually get the pay. If you make $99 one month, you don't get paid. But the next month, if you made $1, that's $100, you'll get paid. Chances are, if you made 99 bucks in 1 month, you're not going to make just $1 the next month. It'd be highly unlikely you drop that much. Anyways, how long have I been rambling for? I was worried this was going to be a 5-minute video. Well, would you look at that? 17.5 minutes. Adios. Until next time.